Hey guys, by the way, I don't have the rights to the music on the background, okay? Well, some of you guys have been asking me for rear glass or front windshield shrinking, okay? So this is a bug. It's a 2017 Volkswagen Beetle. And of course, there are many ways to shrink this glass. And of course, the film that you're using will also play a role in this job. What I'm using is SolarGuard Galaxy, which is a very easy film to shrink. And I'm just going to show you how I do it, okay? So I'm going to make my H. And usually I don't go crazy about the corner of the H or the edges of the H. I'm most concerned with the center, okay? I'm gonna get my film in place, make sure it's as level as possible. I want to make sure it's not going over this wing over here. So I'd rather have it going more towards the top. Of course, when this wing gets here, it's a little more complicated. Now, some of you over there, of course, prefers to wear gloves, heat-resistant gloves. I'm going to use a matte tack or a tack hammer, whatever you want to call it. And of course, I'm going to start in the center where my H is, or at least my H line. And I'm going to go down in increments of about an inch and a half. That's what I do. And I look at this windshield and I make believe there is 4 corners or 4 quarters instead of one whole glass. And I'm not allowing the film to lift over here. That's all I'm doing in the corner. And you see that I'm doing circular motions so that I can distribute the heat, the hot air all around. And I try not to leave anybody behind, no fingers behind me, per se, okay? The same way that same level that I start, I keep going, and I want to make sure they all go down pretty much at the same level so that I don't have a bigger portion over here at the end when I come to the end. And as you can see, I am already at the bottom of this corner over here, okay? This corner is pretty much done, and I haven't really used my matte tack at all, okay? I'm pretty much just using the hot air, just the heat gun. It's really doing its job. Now I'm going to blow a little bit of air underneath the film, and then a little more of hot air over it. And now, just to make sure that I came to the end and that my film is shrunk to the point where I feel comfortable with it, now I am going to use my matte tack and bring everything down, okay? Now that I am at the end, now I am making sure my fingers are over there lined up at the edge of the film. So just remember that even on a hard glass like this, that a lot of people have some level of difficulty with it. I really don't squeeze much until I come to the end. Now I'm going to do the top part, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll start in the center of my H pattern. Make sure you position the gun in a way that the air flows this way. It hits here and goes up or down, whichever position you're doing. And as you can see, again, I am not really squeeging much at all, okay? I prefer to be really close to the glass. And as you can see, once in a while, I even touch the glass. As long as you do that lightly, don't be hitting the glass because you are going to break it and it's going to be trouble for you. I have never broken a glass so far, but once in a while I touch the glass lightly because I prefer to have the heat gun very close to the glass so that I get its max potential. And again, I am at the end of the top quarter of this glass on the left side, and I haven't even touched with my matte tack yet. Okay, now I'm going to put some hot air underneath the film, a little bit of a hot air on top of the film just to make sure it shrinks that edge. And now I am going to make sure it's shrunk. And now I'm going to use my matte tack just to organize it so that I can look at it and make sure it has shrunk to the point where I want it. Okay? Okay, this part is done. That means this quarter is completely done, okay? This whole half of the glass is completely done. Now again, I want to make sure my film does not come up on the edge, and I'm going to go down in increments of about an inch and a half each time I move around. You're going to see a lot of people squeeging the hell out of the film when they're shrinking. I am not a very fan of that. I don't think it's necessary. I think the time when the film needs to be really nice and stretched to the glass is the time when you bring it inside. When it's outside, as long as it's shrunk, you don't have to make it nice and beautiful. Just make sure you shrunk enough that you can install inside and not having any problems. That's all you need to do. Okay guys, I'm not going to bore you with the rest. The rest of this is just a standard procedure, okay? I'm just almost done over here with this quarter, and I'll let you go, okay? Good luck. I hope that will help some of you out there. Bye-bye.